இரண்டாவது உலக முதலீட்டாளர்கள் மாநாடு தொடங்கி நடைபெற்று வருகிறது. காட்சிகளை நேரலையில் பார்க்கலாம்.
We request Honorable Minister of Defence, Government of India, Thirumathi Nirmala Sitharaman, to deliver the keynote address.
Vanakkam. Good morning to everyone. Honorable Chief Minister Tamil Nadu, Shri Palniswamy, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Tamil Nadu, Shri Pannirselvam, Honorable Minister for Industry, Shri Sampath, all excellencies, ambassadors, high commissioners from different countries, captains of industry from Tamil Nadu, from all over. I understand there are more than 6 countries who are partnering in this, so partner countries and their representatives, industry leaders, businessmen, and also the media who have come here today to cover this second edition of Global Investors Meet. Welcome, I'm glad to be here, and good wishes. We've had a few leaders of industry talk to us about why it is important to talk about industry and why they chose Tamil Nadu, in what special circumstances Tamil Nadu has provided them the right base to come and establish their industries here. I would like to expand on that a bit more. A passing reference was made by one of the speakers. Tamil Nadu has not been inclined towards industry and towards trading just in the last few years, not even in just in the last decades. Centuries have passed where Tamil Nadu has shown excessive interest, and rightly at that, good interest, in being a lot more dynamic, a lot more entrepreneurial, and also taking their skills not just across the land, but also overseas. That is why many of us today who go from Tamil Nadu, who live in Tamil Nadu, and move around the globe, find that very comparable cultural stamps or footprints in many of the Southeast Asian countries. Like so, if you went to Cambodia, you would find Angkor Wat. You'd find the same Tanjavur here, Gangaikonda Cholapuram here. It was the very same Chola kings who took the whole idea of trading from Tamil Nadu, taking the soft culture of Tamil Nadu all over wherever they went. And for that, they had to build ships. Pumpuhar was one of the best ports known at that time. And what did they trade? They trade in all kinds of things. Agricultural produce, manufactured goods, a lot of handicrafts and artwork. The kind of buildings you find even in a country like Vietnam are very similar to what you will find in Karaikudi. They still are there for you to see it. So in fact, there was somebody who told me once that they were looking at having connection between Angkor Wat and Tanjavur, so that those who went there for tourism would also find a place to come here for reasons. If that was from the point of view of tourism, you had several stone inscriptions which spoke about industry and trade associations, which had a leg here in Tamil Nadu and also there. They were having industry associations. Today we have CII, FICCI, you have ASSOCHAM. Tamil Nadu was known for having trade associations and trade bodies even during the Chola period. And it is not just a figment of somebody's imagination. These associations have stone inscriptions found in Laos, in Cambodia, and parts of Thailand. And about that, a lot of things have been written in many books on recent history. So I'm only stretching the point that Tamils have always shown the entrepreneurial skill to organize themselves by trade, skill also to reach global excellence. And I think it was a very good idea for the state government. It was a very good idea for the state government to have invoked Subramanya Bharati's song, which actually went into the depths of what I'm trying to narrate here. We could compete globally, is what he invokes. We could produce those fancy needles, is what he said. He itemizes the things, and this is about 100 years ago, more from the point of view of what the state is capable of producing. It was not a wish list, it was not a dream, it was what was being recalled as which prevailed once upon a time, and it wouldn't be difficult for Tamils to do that again, to reach that glory again. So I think to reach that glory again is what was implicitly the message of Global Investors Meet, the first of which was held in 2015 under the Chief Ministership of Madam Jayalalitha, and I had the good fortune of coming even then. So that vision to get those wonderful, glorious days of Tamil Nadu where you captured in a very constructive, not destructive way, very captured so many economies, South Philippines, Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, you can find those food stamps everywhere. But the most important thing for today is India is seen as the brightest spark and the shining spot globally. Only 2 days ago, I'm sure all of you have observed it, the IMF came up with the forecast that India's growth will be the highest globally, being sustained for the last 5 years in that fashion. And this, along with fiscal prudence, this along with the way in which the economy is being managed, most importantly, whether it is your food inflation or overall inflation, they have been kept well under control. So for somebody who wants to set up an industry or somebody who wants to do business, what more ideal situation can you have? All over the country, Prime Minister Modi has made it a point to make sure systemic reforms are done in such a way that this growth potential of India is realized fully. We've maintained the growth well above 6.5, sometimes touching 7, and IMF's prediction is that we are likely to be over 7% in the coming years too. And that's possible because we've also made sure the systemic reforms are taken up with courage, GST being the biggest of them. Biggest reform in the last 60 years has to make India has one market, and that was achieved under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi. So if GST could come as a biggest reform during this period of 5 years, together with very many steps that have been taken, it's for those reasons that we have improved by about 63 ranks in the Ease of Doing Business Index. Where were we in 2014? Somewhere in 142nd rank. And we've come to the position of 77, all within a matter of 3 to 4 years. Not just ease of doing business, we are ranked better in intellectual property, and not by anybody else, but the World Intellectual Property Organization, WIPO, has given us a better ranking in intellectual property. We are also better ranked in e-governance by UN bodies, not anybody else. We are also better perceived in terms of handling climate change related matters And there, Tamil Nadu's contribution is something which we just heard the State Industries Minister talk about it, that we are the biggest producer today of both wind and solar energy. And therefore, Tamil Nadu's contribution towards bringing better perception about how India is managing its climate-related commitments is very well proven and established. And that's one of the reasons I think Tamil Nadu is today a power surplus state. Well above the demand is what you produce. All this has been enabled by the center coming up with very good sustainable policies, establishing high benchmark on environment concerns, establishing high benchmark in terms of reaching out to every household, reaching out to every unit which wants to do something towards production. And therefore, in every sector, agriculture, industry, or even the tertiary sectors, the steps taken by the central government is seen as being a facilitator. The presentation very clearly showed about industry and the various progressive steps which are being taken up by the state. I was glad to hear one of the speakers, I think it was a Japanese ambassador, who said that their investment now will also look at diversifying into agricultural sector in the sense of food production. Am I right, Ambassador? So you're moving towards food production, food processing industries, which is one of the things which gets reinforced by yet another speaker. I'm going back to talking about the speakers who said there is a well-balanced economy in Tamil Nadu. You have agriculture contributing a major contribution towards state's GDP, GSDP, industry making a very big mark, which has been a feature of Tamil Nadu all the free India's 67, 65, 70 years, and also the tertiary sector because of the human resource which prevails here. Very good colleges, very good education. I can vouch for it. I'm one of the students from this place. I've studied here. So Tamil Nadu does have that capacity of students who have been qualified, well-trained, and I'm also happy to hear that you've established training centers here, giving skills to students. One area in which I would suggest in this context of the global investors meet is for the Tamil students also to learn the languages of the partner countries. Learn Korean, learn Japanese, learn Mandarin, because that's where when our units go to do business, you need our people to be able to communicate in those languages in those countries. So I would think industries should spend not just in your R&D, but also not just in training people in skills. Skills include communication skills. I would actually desire a lot of our Tamil students who are given entrepreneurial skills also to be able to learn a language of their choice, be it Korean, be it Japanese, be it Mandarin. All this would help in being able to be nimble when you're doing business with these countries. So I'm happy to be associated, not just in 2015, but in the second edition today. I'm grateful that the Chief Minister thought it fit to invite me. Extremely happy. But here, again, I would like to add from my side that Prime Minister Modi was very keen that India should become a manufacturing hub. You all know it. We've said it so many times. He also wanted us to ensure that India becomes an export hub. But while talking about Make in India, while talking about manufacturing in India, while talking about export of manufactured goods in India, one of the things on which he was looking at saying, why should we be spending so much? Because India is one of the biggest consumer of defense and defense equipments. For him, it was a big question of how defense manufacturing not only will save us from sending that money out to buy things, but also build capacities to be able to produce things which our defense forces need. I'm taking a minute more on it to say that was the reason why he designed the two defense corridors, the first one of which came rightly to Tamil Nadu. the defense corridor in Tamil Nadu. I wish to state here, not just because I'm a minister dealing with this ministry, but it is clearly a vision of the Prime Minister to make sure defense production, not just to cater to Indian consumer, which is the Indian Armed Forces, but to be sure that because you can produce world class, you will also be able to export it to any country which wants to buy defense equipment. As it is, we have quite a lot of manufacturers who send their components to various big vectors and platforms which are manufactured outside. Why is it that we won't be able to produce those very vectors and manufacturers in India? And that is one of the reasons why, by announcing the corridor, we have invited quite a lot of manufacturers from abroad to come, choose the location where they want to establish the unit, and start producing defense equipments. That is one of the reasons why in Tamil Nadu we have moved from Chennai, Hosur, Salem, Coimbatore, and also to Tiruchi to invite different investors to come and expand their businesses here. The other one of the corridors went to Uttar Pradesh. But you're also aware, for the first time, Defense Expo was held in Tamil Nadu, although Defense Expo are being held in this country for 20 years. We've had this happening for nearly 2 decades. And for the first time out of Delhi, Defense Expo was held in Tamil Nadu, and that's caused, I understand, a lot more of ripple effect. A lot of industries are getting interested in coming and doing defense-related manufacturing. And to connect to that, I appreciate that the state government has taken the measure to come out with a policy for aerospace industries, which is what been released now, and I'm happy to have given the first copy to the Honorable Chief Minister. I invite, on behalf of the Ministry of Defense and on behalf of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, any industry, particularly in aerospace and in any other angles of defense and defense-related industries, to do come to Tamil Nadu, other than the other industries and sectors that you're talking about, to invest. The central government is very keen to come up with any investment, any facilitation, any common testing centers, any kind of establishment of industrial units from our side. So we assure full cooperation. Honorable Chief Minister, I wish to give you that commit from our side. We will give the fullest cooperation to make Tamil Nadu's aspirations for greater industrialization to materialize. With these words, I'm very happy and honored to be here as a part of those speakers, grateful for the opportunity, and I wish today and tomorrow's proceeding all success. Jai Hind.